When animals are mistreated or find themselves in danger, police officers are often the ones who come to the rescue. 175 dogs were found inside a hoarder's home. Police officers were ordered to search a man's home, and I am shocked to see what they found. The house is so disgusting with the trash and boxes everywhere. Look at these poor pups. They are living among all this trash and filth, but thankfully they were taken away and saved. Famous YouTuber Joey Graceffa went on a serious rescue mission to save over 80 dogs from a disgusting house.
They said, hey, we have a situation out in West Covina where there is a plethora of dogs that is completely overrun.
Look at all these guys. They need a loving family. The dogs were able to be put in crates and brought to a better place. Meanwhile, in Bursa, firefighters revived a dog that had passed out from smoke inhalation during a house fire using emergency breathing equipment before rushing it to a vet where it fully recovered. Then comes another heartbreaking rescue.
Come on, Wilbur. Come on. Come on.
Officers save a puppy locked inside a vehicle in extreme heat, while the owner is later arrested for animal cruelty.
It's hot in here. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on, Wilbur.
I'm gonna arrest you for animal cruelty.
How's it cruelty?
You want to sit in that hot car for as long as that dog was?
The windows are down.
During severe flash flooding, a helicopter lowers an officer onto a stranded vehicle stuck in a creek, leading to a dramatic rescue of both the driver and their dog. Moments later, deputies spring into action to rescue a frightened dog trapped in danger.
Hi, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Come here, pup.
Meanwhile, floodwaters rise rapidly as officers rescue multiple dogs cruelly abandoned by their owner during a storm. Then comes a tense rescue as an officer smashes an SUV window to free a dog trapped inside unbearable heat.
Good boy. Come here, good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. Stay here. I want the glass. Come here.
I think you're whatever stuff.
In freezing conditions, officers race to pull a struggling dog from an icy pond before it's too late.
Don't let him go. You're gonna lose him on the head there. I got it.
Then, without hesitation, officers smash through a car window to rescue an overheated puppy moments before conditions worsen. Amid a dangerous house fire, a rescued dog surprisingly stops officers first.
Sorry, buddy. Come here.
Just so they can bring him out safely before continuing.
Got him. Hey, buddy, come on. Come on.
Meanwhile, another dramatic rescue unfolds as a police officer frees a dog trapped inside a sweltering hot car.
Can show it to George. I got the window broken. Come here.
Back near the water, officers use a muffin to lure a dog that had fallen into a lake.
Puppies.
Good.
It's gonna come off.
Then comes another emotional moment as officers rescue a trapped Bernese mountain dog unable to escape on its own.
This is dark out here. Oh, come on, let's go. Boing. Okay. And we're
Later, rescuers discover a helpless puppy abandoned inside a garbage can and quickly bring it to safety. In another hot weather rescue, police save a husky trapped inside a dangerously overheated vehicle and arrested the owner.
Alright.
He was all with a lot of saliva.
Yeah. Come on, sir.
Then comes a difficult recovery operation after a puppy falls into a collapsed cesspool and becomes trapped underground.
Wanna give this a shot? Hold on, let me loosen it. Okay, my man. John, you got it?
Without wasting a second, officers rush to save a 9-week-old puppy choking on food during a terrifying emergency. Meanwhile, an officer spots a frightened dog wandering dangerously alone a busy highway and quickly steps in. Meanwhile, officers work together to rescue a dog that slipped dangerously close to a canal. In another emotional rescue, police free a neglected dog that had been cruelly locked away by its owner. Meanwhile, another grateful dog gets a second chance after officers rescue it from a locked vehicle. Back at the lake, officers launch yet another rescue mission to pull a stranded dog safely from the water. Then, during a difficult rescue, officers carefully pull a tiny puppy trapped deep inside a drain. And amid a raging apartment fire, officers brought out the animals that were in the apartment and safely freed them once they were out of the inflamed apartment. During a powerful hurricane, officers launch a dangerous rescue mission to save a stranded man and his dog after their sailboat becomes disabled at sea. In a lighter moment, officers give an exhausted police dog a tiny break during duty, creating an unexpectedly wholesome scene. Back in freezing conditions, 2 officers wade into an icy lake to rescue a trapped dog struggling to survive. Meanwhile, army officers rescue a loyal dog that stayed beside its owner's body in the snow for 4 days straight until army helicopters spotted them. Moments later, a small puppy trapped helplessly inside a fence is finally freed by a responding officer. In a wholesome reunion, a canine dog excitedly greets fellow officers with pure happiness. Meanwhile, an officer spots a frightened dog wandering alone on a dark road and quickly moves in to rescue it. Then comes another roadside rescue as an officer safely saves a dog wandering dangerously close to a busy highway. In a surprisingly calm moment, officers gently wake up a puppy sleeping directly on train tracks before a disaster could strike. Meanwhile, a desperate little dog spots a rescue boat nearby and instinctively swims toward it to save itself.
O cachorro viu a gente, se atirou na água. É o desespero dos animais, tá? Gente, ele viu o barco e ele se atirou. Tu viu que isso?
Then a sheriff's department steps in to rescue a group of vulnerable puppies needing urgent help. Meanwhile, another abandoned pet dog is finally rescued after being left alone without care. In a disturbing case, officers rescue a dog that had been cruelly tied to a gas cylinder by its owner. Back at the station, an officer spends time training and caring for a rescued puppy, getting a second chance at life. Then comes a heartbreaking recovery as rescuers save an injured dog surviving alone inside a garbage dump. Meanwhile, rescue crews battle rough waters in a lifeboat to save a terrified puppy that had fallen into danger. In another close call, a man rescues a lost dog moments before a nearby coyote can attack it.
That's a coyote stalking a dog. Hey, do you want to get eaten? Come here. Come on. There we go. Okay.
Then comes a surprisingly emotional bond. After feeding a stray dog just once, a man finds it waiting for his train every single night. Meanwhile, a homeless man risks his own safety to rescue a dog trapped on top of a burning home. Out on the river, rafters spot a stranded dog and work together to pull it safely from the rushing water. Then, in freezing temperatures, a Vermont man wades deep into an icy river to rescue a struggling dog from the deadly cold.
Oh, come on.
Mom, go sit down.
Back on the ice, police officers carefully rescue two dogs trapped in a frozen pond.
Come on, buddies. Hey, you coming? Good job, bud. Come on, guys, come on.
Meanwhile, a rescue worker bravely enters a frozen lake to save a stranded dog unable to escape on its own. In a heartwarming reunion, a rescued dog joyfully recognizes and reunites with the officers who once saved him.
This is how I carried you, remember?
You want to get carried?
Then comes a wholesome moment as a playful dog starts doing push-ups alongside an officer. And these officers rescue a tiny puppy found hiding underneath a parked car, frightened and completely alone. In a freezing rescue attempt, a woman dives straight into an icy pool to save her struggling dog before it's too late. Meanwhile, during a devastating fire, a firefighter comforts a terrified dog wandering through the burned streets while still battling the flames surrounding the neighborhood. Then comes a dramatic water rescue as three men work together to pull a drowning dog safely back to the shore. In another heroic moment, a man jumps directly into a canal to save a trapped dog while complete strangers form a human chain to pull them both back out. Moments later, panic turns into relief as a man performs CPR on a lifeless dog and miraculously saves it.
Come on, boy. My brother.
That's what's up. That's what's up, y'all. Saving lives. That's how we.
Back on the frozen water, a man and his dog work together to rescue two other dogs trapped in an icy lake. In a surprisingly emotional moment, a desperate dog approaches a stranger for help, trying to rescue his trapped brother. Then comes another freezing rescue as a man fights through icy water to save a struggling dog. Meanwhile, a man uses heavy machinery in a surprisingly careful rescue to lift a dog trapped deep inside a hole. During a violent storm, a kind stranger rescues a dog abandoned outside for hours, still faithfully waiting for its owner to return. Back in the floodwaters, a group of men work together to rescue stranded dogs trapped by the rising water. In a wholesome moment, a stranger patiently helps a lost dog search every floor of a building so it can remember the way back home. Then comes a small but heartwarming rescue. After a puppy tips over while pulling a cart, two strangers immediately rush over to help. And in a quiet, emotional moment, an elderly man gently cares for his aging dog with incredible patience and love. In a simple but life-saving moment, a man carefully helps a dog struggling with a plastic bottle stuck tightly over its head. Meanwhile, a severely dehydrated dog on the verge of collapse is finally saved when a stranger steps in with water. Then comes a heartwarming rescue as a kind man helps a struggling mother dog and safely rescues her two tiny puppies. In another emotional moment, a man notices a thirsty stray dog and immediately stops to give it water. Meanwhile, a man on the street shares a quiet and touching embrace with a dog by his side. Back in freezing conditions, an officer rescues a dog trapped on an icy lake before it can sink beneath the surface. Then comes a surprisingly wholesome scene as a man gives several stray dogs a ride on his cart through the streets. In the most wholesome moment, an elderly man lovingly takes his dog to the park and gently pushes him on a swing. Meanwhile, a tiny puppy repeatedly slips across an icy road until a kind man finally steps in to help. Then comes another dramatic rescue as a group of men work together to save a dog stuck in deep waters. Back at the construction site, one worker brings along his loyal dog, who hilariously insists on helping with the job all day. In a tense moment near the track, a trapped dog attempts to beg nearby humans for help after falling onto the railway line. Meanwhile, an elderly man gently helps a thirsty stray dog drink water during the heat. Then, rescue teams rush into action to pull a stranded dog safely out of a lake. In another touching rescue, a kind man carefully saves a helpless little puppy in need of help. Moments later, rescuers discover a frightened dog cruelly trapped inside a plastic bag and quickly free it. Back near the railway, rescuers carefully save a dog that had fallen onto the train tracks. Meanwhile, rescuers step in to save a tiny injured puppy desperately needing care and protection. And a 5-month-old puppy abandoned alongside the side of a busy highway gets a second chance after being rescued just in time. Then, the mood turns wholesome as a police officer dances along his loyal canine partner during downtime. Meanwhile, an officer quietly pets his canine companion while on duty, sharing a calm moment together. Not long after, a man jumps into action to rescue dogs that had fallen asleep into a drain. In another touching moment, a dog believes its owner is drowning after he jumps into the water for fun and immediately swims out to save him. Elsewhere, a woman rescues a dog after noticing it had been cruelly tied to a cart by another person. Then an affectionate dog walks up to an officer asking for pets and attention during patrol. In a lighter moment, a playful dog enjoys cooling off while a worker sprays water nearby. Meanwhile, an elderly man peacefully walks through a market alongside his loyal dog companion. Then, a thoughtful child leaves food and a blanket outside for a stray dog waiting in the cold. In another sweet encounter, a man notices a dog staring at a claw machine toy and wins the stuffed animal for him. After, rescuers carefully free a dog that was tangled in fence wires. Back near the bridge, a woman rushes in to save a dog moments before it could have fallen over the edge. Then, rescuers pull a trapped dog out from a tiny pond where it could not escape on its own. In another emotional rescue, an injured dog unable to walk is finally brought to safety. Elsewhere, a man spots a helpless dog abandoned in the middle of the road and quickly carries it to safety. Then, a man becomes overwhelmed with emotion while celebrating his birthday beside his beloved dogs. Soon after, a rescued dog appears emotional as it realizes it is finally being adopted into a new home. In another dramatic moment, a woman jumps in to save a drowning dog struggling in the water. Meanwhile, a man exploring the woods comes across an abandoned dog and refuses to leave it behind.
Come here. Somebody dumped you. I know it. Come.
In a funny teamwork moment, a police canine helps officers push a stranded car forward. Then comes a deeply loyal scene as a dog stays faithfully beside its owner throughout a hospital stay. Elsewhere, a woman rescues a trapped puppy she discovered alone in the jungle, needing urgent help. After, a shelter throws a birthday celebration for a rescued dog finally getting a happy life. And rescuers save a tiny stray dog abandoned alone on the side of the road before anything worse could happen. After 4 days trapped deep inside a mine shaft, rescuers finally pulled the exhausted dog to safety. And through it all, his tail never stops wagging in gratitude. Meanwhile, in Brazil, a loyal companion refuses to leave a stranded little dog stuck on a pedestrian bridge, staying beside him until firefighters complete the rescue. Back on the rescue side, a tiny 3-month-old puppy struggling to survive is finally saved and given a chance to recover. And one rescued little dog becomes so attached to the woman who saved him that he refuses to let go of her afterward. On a lighter note, 2 dogs hilariously break through a wall while playing, only to freeze in shock once they realize what they've done. Meanwhile, a man jumps in to rescue a helpless dog trapped deep in thick mud before it's too late. During dangerous floodwaters, another brave man throws down wood to make a bridge for a dog to try to get it out safely. In a quieter, emotional moment, a stray dog begins crying simply because someone finally stopped to feed and care for him. Then a terrifying creek accident turns into a rescue after a dog is swept away by strong currents and a man climbs in to save him. Elsewhere, a kind-hearted man helps a freezing mother dog and her puppies who had been hiding beneath a staircase for warmth. One nervous rescue puppy, exhausted during the car ride to his new home, adorably struggles to stay awake while fighting sleep. After knowing nothing but pain, another rescue dog finally experiences happiness after finding a forever home. And every single day, one loyal rescue dog patiently waits by the window for his owner to come back home. Meanwhile, a tiny abandoned puppy left suffering alone is rescued by a compassionate stranger just in time. After being rescued from the streets, one dog spends its very first night inside a real home looking unbelievably grateful and safe. Back at another rescue scene, a wounded puppy fighting for his life is carefully saved and cared for by a determined woman. Elsewhere, a starving dog searching through the garbage for food is finally rescued and taken to safety. And one rescue dog experiences comfort for perhaps the very first time after receiving its own soft bed. Rescuers rush into the water to save a struggling dog from being swept away and safely bring him back to shore. Then comes an inspiring moment as a compassionate woman dedicates her life to helping disabled dogs by giving them custom wheelchairs and care. And a lonely abandoned puppy finally gets rescued and taken somewhere safe after being left all alone. Meanwhile, rescuers work tirelessly to protect a vulnerable mama dog and all 7 of her puppies after finding them in need. Then, a neglected dog is finally saved from an irresponsible owner and given a chance at a safer life. In another summer emergency, police race to save a dog suffering inside a car in nearly 100-degree heat. Then, during a tense moment, an officer carefully comforts and rescues a terrified little puppy. Meanwhile, an officer rushes in to rescue a blind dog moments before it drowns in the water. I found crazier clips of police officers saving animals' lives. Click the video on the screen to watch.